All right, folks, welcome back. We're in game number 1 of the grand finals for this week's Corsair Cup. Might not be the craziest prize pool, but we get $60 on the line for first place and $20 for second. Big thanks to Corsair and Twitch for making all this possible. Again, if you want to support us through Twitch, guys, make sure to consider subscribing to the channel. Twitch Prime is probably your best thing you could do for that. And of course, if you want to get anything from Corsair, we have affiliate links down below. Clicking on those will let them know that you came from BaseTradeTV. We're hopping into game number 1 in said best of 5, and coming all the way from Korea. We're playing on the North American server. It's going to be My Insanity's aLive.
In the bottom left is the red Protoss. He is King's Neeb.
I just realized we had a bit of downtime earlier, sure, but ended up being a faster cup? I don't know. This will probably finish around, like, I'm going to guess 132, so it might be normal. But the bracket was much smaller than average, so still impressive time syncing up. All these seem to hit that 4-hour mark right in the sweet spot.
Yeah, a couple of long games. I was confused for a second. I looked at Aligalac, seeing what their exact score head-to-head is. And I was like, oh, did they not update for the Ting finals? And they didn't play in the Ting finals.
Oh, you know what? That's right, because
yeah.
it was... Yeah, it ended up being what's Snoot aLive in the third place match. That would make sense, actually.
Exactly. So I was a little confuzzled for a second there, but of course they have played other times. Shoutcraft, aLive won. The last Corsair Cup they played in, aLive won. Oh shit, is aLive like actually just really good?
Yeah.
aLive won. Yeah, aLive actually won most of all of the times they played, except for a Lima League last year.
Well, so
that's the only one he lost.
For me, this is partially the matchup for Neeb, but then partially, like, players like Gumiho can beat Neeb, then in my opinion, players like aLive should be able to beat Neeb, right?
Yeah, it's really funny how, while they're still vastly different, they're still different players, and then my statement right there, Gumiho and aLive and the other Terrans we have that appear very commonly in the Alima League still have a lot of similar traits, and it you know, I think it is just commonality of Terrans banding together and sharing secrets and whatnot, but also just that we cast them so much, I guess we can kind of note all the similarities. So, Gumiho still is a more out there player in general. aLive a lot of times can also swap it up and do mass Widowmine drops or the occasional proxy. I think it was Ryung who was proxying like hell though. The last time we saw him play, 2 days ago. Yeah,
but what I was going to mention... Well, first off, Neeb's coming across you with a pylon attack. Very classic Protoss move. I remember back when Mana was the only one cheesy enough to try this, right? But what I was kind of concerned about, though, when you brought up the topic of Widowmines...
Tag that?
What?
There's a tag. I was so confused. Sorry, your continuing point.
Oh, yeah, the probe put the spray on the ramp. That's what you're talking about. I was going to say, it feels like Widowmines are a big problem for Neeb right now, and I don't mean balance-wise. I just mean he doesn't seem to handle them great in most situations. And I'm gonna guess that's a big part of why Phoenix Adept became a more integrated part of his style, because it does handle them pretty well. Holy crap! Overcharge is loud.
I can't hear you anymore.
Test. Hello.
Hi. Kind of heard that.
I'm gonna blame the overcharge. That actually was obnoxiously loud on my end. I just turned StarCraft down for it.
Oh no, it's definitely off of Skype.
Oh, well then here, call me back. Let's see if we can get this working again. Probably won't be able to though. Welcome back.
All right, so kill supply depots, list the command center, all sorts of annoying stuff. Widowmine drop might get some damage done.
Yeah, I know. It's like that pause, the immediate pull away. He does kind of sacrifice 3 probes into the Marines, and I think he's really hoping splash damage would help clean up the drop, but Widowmine never went off into the last moment. A little bit scary to use it like that. But aLive picks up, and he gets out of here, I'm going to say mostly unscathed. With no Phoenixes to chase, this medevac's not in dire straits. He could probably actually unload if he really wanted to.
He's thinking about it. But yeah, with the Widowmine still only about halfway down its cooldown, it probably isn't worth it. But that was really nice to kill the Phoenix. Even though it's still one Phoenix, the medevac still probably wouldn't have died. It would have been so low it wouldn't be able to come back in. But now it's going to be still a threat for Neeb.
There
it goes.
Broke.
Their problem?
Just keep talking.
Okay, so Neeb is getting prepared to take his third base, as he should with his style. Finally does get that pickup on the Widow Mine. Almost loses his Oracle, though, and aLive wants it so badly. Unfortunately, chances are he won't target it with the Marines if they drop down, like he was going to do, so now he could... Too late. Oh, Mothership is going to go down, though. That is still 100 gas that Neeb will probably want to remake. Although, I think we've seen a couple of the Protosses just skip it for a while once they have a certain amount of unit, a certain type of unit, but now he was going to fix it.
And I just was talking to Terminator, but I want to clarify this publicly too. Terminator was going to redeem his Patreon reward of getting to spectate the finals live. The reason we couldn't really accommodate that today, though, is I'm having a lot of weird PC problems, which again is a big part of why I'm replacing my PC. So I didn't want to risk. Skype's already causing enough problems as is. I didn't want to have a third person in the call to start wrecking it even further. So we're just gonna finish the show today, and I want to publicly say, still owe Terminator one. We'll get him in next time he's available, but this was just an unfortunate bad tech day for it.
Yeah. Well, everything calmed down a little bit. It's got a third CC on the way. Sim +1. Of course, Neeb did get his third base down, but I don't think it was as quick as he would have liked it to be. How long does it take to get an overlay? Whatever. Point is, it's done, and he's transferring his probes over there. He's already at 60, so it's still not bad.
Wait, was there anything overlay?
I can't hover over it to see the time duration.
Oh, there's another trick someone was telling me about. Hold shift or something, maybe? While you try to hover?
I just tried all the buttons.
Alt? Oh, okay, I don't remember. Well, NA feels bad. It's letting me hover over, so get wrecked, nerd.
What is it? Couple of CVs going now.
Oh,
not too bad.
Surprise! Gets to the
Nice.
Phoenix. Not bad. The thing is, killing one Phoenix is not that big of a deal, and rarely does it win you a game, or even two. But the thing is, they're so hard to catch, and they oftentimes don't go down in the moments that they do get caught. So, catching two Phoenix, it's a really nice feeling.
Yeah. And Neeb really... He wants to have a certain number of Phoenixes until he transfers over. If he doesn't, he's just at a big risk of getting dropped or not being able to kill medevacs while they retreat. You know, like the entire... The real, like, complaint point, I feel, of the Phoenixes. They guarantee the kill. So, remaking them. But he is... I thought he was going to transfer over into Stalkers because he started warping some in, but still no blink on the way. Just that one armor. Okay, there's more depths. The two Stalkers seemed really weird. That's like a really weird point to hit on, but I just see... Yeah, once they start making adepts, like, they don't stop like Pringles. Oh well. Warp Prism is on the way.
Because they come stacked in a can?
Because once you pop, you don't stop.
That's not the saying. That's not the saying. It's once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Wait a second.
I'm like 100% sure that's the saying. That's her typing to Google, because I'm so confident that I don't need to.
What? Once you pop, you can't stop. I literally just looked this up.
Is that really what it is?
I'm looking at a 90s TV ad for Pringles right here.
Oh my god. Now I feel like I'm having a Berenstein Bears moment,
pop, dude. You can't stop.
That's an awkward pause.
Oh, I mean, if you win.
Dude, I feel like I've actually, this is like a Berenstein Bears moment for me.
Okay, well, it was a dumb joke anyways. The point is, I thought that with the War Prism on the way, he might have tried to really engage aLive, but it looks like with the Robo, 4th base, and Robotics Bay, it is just transferring over. I mean, it's never a bad idea to threaten a Terran player with Mass Adepts, because, let's face it, most Terran players are very afraid of Mass Adepts. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to go into the main and the 3rd base, but he also has all these things on the back end that if it doesn't work out, if he doesn't commit, he still can transfer out. Not adept transfer, but transition out to Colossus. And this is not so bad. Gets the medevacs, Phoenix can't help them, or the Mars can help with the Phoenixes.
Well, these dodge past the Liberators, so they're not having any problem over there, and that gets them to that mineral line. Phoenix now going to come in and clean up the Liberators so he can take on those Marines.
aLive was trapped. That was really important, actually. Like, that was super scary. So much of his army was trapped behind supply depots he wasn't recognizing weren't down. He does hold, but he loses 18 SCVs. But like I said, it's not so much about this attack right here. Even if Neeb had committed all of his adepts at that point in time, as long as they lasted like 30 seconds, he would have been reinforcing back at home and getting to Colossus and getting more tech, and it still would have been probably a hold for him. But now, as it is, saving as many adepts as he did, that's a 40 army supply lead.
Yeah, and more importantly, he's on Colossus tech too, so it's not even like, oh, this is like 40 supply lead, but it's like random ass stalkers and zealots. This is actually a really nice composition for Neeb that he's kind of transitioning into here. I gotta ask, this is gonna drive me nuts. What is that? Okay, so if I'm wrong about Pringles, Berenstain and Bear style, what is the saying? What's about the fun don't? That's a saying I know 100% my soul. That's a saying. So if it's not Pringles, who says that? If Twitch chat can help us out, because I can't tab out while we're casting the game.
Someone was with you, man. Someone else got Berenstain Bear.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've never heard the version that you described. And it doesn't sound like it makes sense. There's like an awkward pause. Ah!
Oh, God.
It's going to bother me. So this is what, it's like, you know when you get a song stuck in your head? It's not a big deal, but it's really annoying to you. That's how I feel right now. As the Stalkers keep chasing them on the map, they gotta be careful not to go too far. But for Neeb, it's almost worth losing Stalkers if he gets the one medevac. And I really want to emphasize that, like the one medevac. The other ones are back at home and he's starting production, but you don't normally get to go too many medevacs in the matchup, especially against somebody who's got Phoenix policing the map. So he's gonna be on 8 in a moment.
No. Like... that was a really good blanking by the Stalkers.
Here comes
getting
the Colossus,
medevacs
though.
usually not as good as Liberators, but it was pretty good.
Yo, chat seems pretty divided on this, man.
Apparently it's both slogans. They tricked us. They pitted us against each other for no reason.
So I'm not crazy. That's all I care about. GG, Neeb! All right, that's a good first game out of him too, and I really thought he played that, like, he had a bank at the end. He played that really well. aLive may have made mistakes here with like getting trapped and whatever, but I really got to give it to Neeb. Like, I think he did that really well and handled himself accordingly.
It was, start to finish, almost like a perfect example of how the flow of PvT is going nowadays. Like, not so much on the adept all in as it is transferring out with them, and yeah, it's very smooth.
So I'm trying to look into this. And I can't tell if this is an old slogan versus a new slogan, or if this is a Canadian slogan versus an American slogan.
So someone just went to the Wikipedia, and apparently the original slogan is "Once you pop, you can't stop," but then they changed it, "Once you pop, the fun don't stop."
This is so dumb. Belshear, by the way, aLive messaged me. I'm so bothered by this. I'm so unnecessarily bothered by this.
I found it so funny because you were so sure.
I was. You know what? I was right. So there you go. My cocksureness was justified.
But I wasn't wrong, and I'm pretty sure you literally said you're wrong.
Well, no. The point was I wasn't wrong. So with thus as a consequence, make you wrong. This actually reminds me of something that happened yesterday. I received a thesaurus in the mail, but when I opened it up, all the pages were blank. I had no words to describe how angry I was.
I saw that in mod chat. That's why I rolled my eyes so hard. Not because it wasn't good. Because he was like, I feel like he was like literally like, the mods will like this. And
well, that was more for the audience of viewers we have that hadn't heard that before, alright? Whatever.
So imagine you like thinking in your head with your fingers doing this thing.
I like to imagine sometimes you forget that we're here to entertain other people and not just each other. Like, there are about 3,000 people tuning in to let you know. Although, in fairness, it's probably good that you haven't spent your career getting focused on the viewership number. I think a lot of people do that, and it's a big, hard hurdle to get over.
Don't think that, because the reason I even bring up the reason I rolled my eyes so hard is because the 3,000 people would have been like, "Look at Zombie Grub, she's rolling her eyes so hard, she never thinks his jokes are funny."
She never does say these jokes. That's funny.
So I am definitely thinking about the 3,000 people.
Yo, I feel like what makes Tasteless such a good broadcaster is I don't even imagine he finds most of Artosis' jokes funny, but you know what? He laughs at them all. I like Artosis is genuinely funny. To be clear,
I laugh at all of Artosis jokes. So.
Me too, dude. He had this gem about more one-sided than a Mobius strip. I literally never heard that before, but I sat there like in my bed like applauding. I was like, "Bravo, Artosis, bravo." But yeah, that thing on Reddit too about the Chinese even knowing about the Artosis pylon, I thought was so... I couldn't even believe it. That's when memes have transcended language. Is what that happened there. But anyways, we're getting game number 2. We're in the Corsair Cup Finals. It's silly times here for the early game as we wait for the players to build up. In the bottom right, we have Ting's North American player, Neeb.
And the top left is the Red Terran. He is aLive.
Speaking of Ting for a moment, first off, you know, the bttv.ting.com link is still active, but more importantly, I've talked to Jesse, since we haven't really done a lot of, like, there was no post-mortem, we haven't really done follow-up on the event. The event went really well for the stream, for us, blah, 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 but it also went really well for Ting, and supposedly they had a ton of signups. So we jumped from being, like, sub 30 to, like, actually pretty close to 40. And for those who don't follow Ting too closely, 40 means another season of Ting, which is awesome. And if we can set up another offline finals, then super fuck yeah. But I don't have anything close to confirmation. I don't want to like start promising stuff we can't promise. But it was just great to see that the live event did have such a big impact on those numbers. And we don't shill for people we don't believe in. And I'm really glad that Ting has benefited so many people.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. Glad it worked out so well, and a lot of the feedback we got from that Google form is also very, very high praise for the event, but also appreciation from the sponsors.
Yo, Bacon Hero in chat right now, though, talking about the Mandela effect. This is something I only learned about recently, and it's totally not real, but it's fun to go with, okay? And it has everything to do with like the Berenstain Bears and like massive amounts of people misremembering things. So it says, you know what I'm bothered by? Darth Vader says, "No, I am your father." Not Luke, "I am your father." But everyone knows that second line. Nobody, I think I've ever heard, quotes it the first way around. And this has everything to do with the Berenstain Bears. This is a thing that, please don't buy into it, guys. It's totally just bullshit, but it's fun, and it's worth looking up. It's called the Mandela effect. And there's a lot of things like this. The one thing that caught me off guard, though, was the Pikachu tail thing. Where it's, do you guys remember Pikachu having a black tip to the end of his tail? Yes or no? And don't Google.
I thought his tail was all yellow.
So that's the thing. I could swear his tail had a black tip. And I remember as a kid drawing him and having that little black marker for the end of the tip and everything. But no, you're right. It was yellow. And this isn't like a one or two people thing. This falls under that category of the quote-unquote Mandela effect. And I bring this up not just because we're filling downtime, but I wonder if there's anything like that in StarCraft. Like, I wonder if there's that one thing in StarCraft everyone just misremembers from how it went.
Well, everyone misremembers the Artosis pylon when it was very clearly the In Control pylon.
It's a birthday pylon, don't you know?
Oh, God. aLive moving out at exactly the wrong time was pretty cool by Neeb to kind of be like, gotcha. Those Marines coming out one at a time might slow this out of the... Whoa! Okay.
Well, that Widow Mine just took a lot of stress off of aLive's shoulders. And in fact, he's going to fully clean this up. I mean, this is something that went so badly for Neeb. Like, okay, he got, what, 2 SCVs shut down so quick. The Oracle died, so no revelations. Like, that was just the worst, the absolute worst that could have been. He did trade out for Marines before the fight started, which kind of helps make the resources lost not look so bad. But generally speaking, that was terrible for Neeb.
It sucked. Has to remake the Oracle and then even delay Phoenix production further, just the tiniest little bit there, and yeah, it also looked so promising, which is like an extra reason why it sucked. It was like, oh my god, we do it.
You just get so excited you can't make noises.
Exactly what Neeb was doing. He like took a hand on the keyboard.
Neeb was like the most chill, laid-back, quiet dude ever. I can't even actually imagine him like one hand in the air, freaking out, the other go big like turkey noises. Like he's just so excited. That would literally never happen, and I can't even imagine it happening. Widowmine's gonna be a problem. Even though he does... Well, actually, he focus fires one and baits out the other hit. That was really clever. Whether on purpose or by accident, well done. Chases us back.
There are phoenixes somewhere. Or phoenix. Widowmine crawled to the natural, looks like.
Not a lot of... For the Adept and the Oracle dedication on Neeb earlier to the double Widowmines actually getting to burrow here, I'm astonished that there's 3 workers killed total this game. That's both of them combined.
So many people said yes.
Said yes to the Pikachu thing? Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That
And it's one of those things where if you go Google it now, you'll see it. And like, by the way, I described the Mandela effect in like an objective way. The actual belief is like that people shifted to an alternate reality at some point in their life. Like, it is absolute horseshit, but it's fun horseshit. I still can't believe a lot of the stuff I read up for it, though. There's a lot of crazy stuff on there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I was thinking that it might be because there's like a brown spot on his back, which is pretty close to his tail. But it looks like Neeb wanted to maybe even end the game. But with a wall up, I don't think he can.
Well, that's the thing. I think the Adepts coming through were supposed to really catch him off guard. But that being said, I'm surprised he's taking the free hits that he was. Phoenix is just kind of trolling around up here. Can you trade out with the Marines because they don't have combat shields? And maybe he didn't realize that, so trying to stay out of range wasn't necessarily the thing. And oh, he doesn't even know about sim timing either. If Neeb actually were just hold position, hugging that wall, he would win any sort of engagement, I feel. Widowmine's get scooped up too, and he is tearing down the wall slowly. Not focus firingly. But it looks like a Widowmine shot went off while this goes on, so 8 probes died immediately while we're watching the front lines. At least finish the depots. Oh, Lord. There we go. Bit of a supply block now for aLive, or will be in a moment. That kind of sucks.
I can't hear anything again.
Like I said, guys, we're having some tech problems here for the finals. It's no fun. Forgive us. 1 sec here. Hey. Yeah, I'm really hoping that... I would hate that if it was my PC causing the issues this whole time for years and us not realizing it.
Nah, it's either mine, both, or internet, or it's... Well, it's definitely not just you.
I was going to comment, I hope it is, because then the new PC solves all the problems.
Yeah, it's not, though. I had a not as bad of a problem as today, but I had some other.
Well, Phoenix has come in. They take out the Viking right away. Lift up the Marauders, so the Phoenix... Well, actually, that's kind of a clever move. By lifting up the Marauders, it leaves only squishy units for the Adepts to fight, but as we saw, not enough. Big line of Warpins coming in to try and save this, but the Pylon gets denied. Neeb with 1,300 minerals, no Warpins!
How? That was so close. I mean, I think he even dies with the Warpin, but damn.
That was like watching a Disruptor get fired down milliseconds before the shot detonates, right? And that, I think, is game. Like, that's so much damage done. There's no army supply to work with. Third base dies. And let's not forget, actually, look at the supply, right? Like, oh my god. aLive's 2 basing this, and there's just no stopping him. I picks up in the medevac. That's a little bit awkward. I'm going to assume Zombie Europe can't hear me because she's just shaking her head now on the other screen. But the overcharge gets popped. GG's get called, and aLive ties up 1-1. Do you want to try calling me? See if that works any better?
I guess so.
Boop. All right. We're going to go to commercial break while we try and fix this. Apologies, guys, but game 3 when we get back. All right, folks. We're in game number 3. It's tied up 1-1 here in the Corsair Cup Grand Finals. Thank you for joining us this Friday. By the way, if you guys could let us know, whether it's through Twitter, preferably through Twitter, or maybe just in Twitch chat, do you guys like Fridays? Fridays are the days we're trying to make the new home of the Corsair Cup, but maybe it's a good day, maybe it's not. We'll find out. Either way, in the top left, we have the blue Protoss player, Neeb.
In the bottom right is the red Terran. He is aLive.
I'm trying to find the text document, because I've just got like a million garbage documents, but some people might not be aware there's actually more to that intro. It's just Tempo and I never made the long version, which maybe one day we'll get around to doing.
Can you do it right now?
Well, I don't remember it off the top of me. It's like multiple scanners. That's not good manners. Just type GG. Like, I know some of it. I don't remember all of it. I was trying to find the text document so I could sing it before you put me on the spot like that. Dog.
That's enough to make me happy.
Okay.
I was impressed.
Oh, here we go. So yeah, the song leaves off with typing those letters, take it from me. And then the next verse is supposed to be, the other guys, they rage all day. Typing mean words is not okay. Multiple scanner, that's not good manners. Just type GG. But it was too long. Feels bad, man. I really do want to just like go write out a full version of it though. I just don't know if it'd be worth it. Like 5 people will really, really enjoy it, and that'll be it.
I was gonna say maybe if you could sell it like Bandcamp, it'd be totally worth it.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know what? I put my work in. I don't want to.
I probably spent more on anything from Bandcamp than I have in like actual songs from like Google Play.
Actually, I am probably in the same category for that.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like
Crypt of the Necrodancer and others, like a lot of good songs on there.
Oh, but not just because of the type of things that are on there, but it's like $129 or something for songs on Google Play. And I'll buy like 5 every month, something like that. The new songs that I like.
I don't listen to music. So.
Well, right, okay, but that's a point. Like that point aside. But then when it comes to Bandcamp, like the synthwave, like retrowave stuff that I listen to is on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
I always give them like more money than like $2 for the song because I don't know. They don't feel like big bands making tons of cash.
I do want to comment more on that, but holding it off for a second because we do have the pylons going down. Unfortunately, this doesn't get close enough to the ramp. It looks like this pylon's gonna have to even get canceled, maybe. While this goes on, Neeb's losing 3 probes back at home to that Reaper. 4 probes now even, and this goes pretty bad. Actually, another probe. I didn't really see for a second one. He might be able to get this other one on the front line, so he'll definitely push off the command center. But he's still bleeding out workers back at home. The Reaper's finally going to get cleaned up, but it's 6 probes deep.
No, it's not. It's going to get more probes. I bet it's going to get like 2 more probes.
If he's not paying attention, absolutely.
Yeah, well, he's got to be paying attention over here. So the 2 pylons on the low ground, I was going to say, seem very unnecessary. One will stop Marines from coming down, and there's no chance you're going to get the command center anyway, so it's like you need to overcharge, I don't know.
Overcharge.
He does cancel it, so that makes a lot more sense. This one is weak, but simply it's worth aLive not to engage in that.
I was gonna say it might be weak, but it's still gonna have an overcharge. These are stimless Marines, so they would die.
Yeah. That Reaper did get back in, by the way, but it was shoot away by the Adept very quickly. It's still alive, however, and I'm so worried it'll get 2 more kills.
It's in the name. It's all in the name. Goes back for round 2. Here we go. Actually, getting a scout on this Oracle, and more importantly, making the Oracle burn any amount of energy. This was a really good Reaper from aLive. Like, phenomenal Reaper play.
That was better than 2 probe kills, but he still got 1 and everything else. Like, that was an amazing Reaper. That is a tilt-inducing Reaper, which can't be good since Neeb did just lose the last game.
Yeah, Neeb...
I'm feeling too happy about it.
Neeb has a lot of strengths, but one of his biggest weaknesses is it does feel like when he crumbles, he completely collapses. Like, if you guys have watched many of the series we've ever cast versus Neeb, there's not really been... Oh, nice recall.
No, he won't have an overcharge now, though.
Ooh, well, he's got an Oracle and a Phoenix.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, you're right.
I was going to say, one of the problems with Neeb is, like, we don't see a lot of games that go 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. It's like 2-0 into 3-0, reverse all kill, or he'll just dominate. Like, there's not a lot of in between for him. So I hope he hasn't been broken yet. But this game's certainly already proven to be problematic. He's got very little army supply to work with. This base, it was nice in concept. I don't know if he can actually get this up and running, though.
I mean, the pylon or not, I didn't have the overcharge, so it didn't really matter. It still dies, and he does have another jet going to the right side, I believe, and just more units pairing up with this one. Like, without an overcharge, there is a tiny chance, like with a good Widow Mine hit, the Adepts will actually die. So... the Oracle dies.
Oh,
that
wow.
Was very close.
I'm surprised that went down, to be honest.
Yeah, and the attack on the left side it's stronger than the Adepts. aLive's taking his chances here.
Oh, does he know about the Widow Mines?
Like this.
Oh, if he doesn't know about the Widow Mines, he transfers directly on them. There's no detection.
He does now.
Okay, that...
Only lost 2.
Yeah, that could have been much worse. The Phoenix will come down on the medevac now. Overcharge pops, but... aLive is still doing a lot, despite not getting a lot of damage, and a big part of this is just the freedom to do whatever he wants back at home. I'm surprised he didn't actually go for a 3rd CC, though. He's sticking on 2 bases, and he wants to go hard on this.
Oh, there's certainly multiple reasons to continue being aggressive for aLive, and it has mostly worked out, I think. direct damage done. Now there's 7 probe kills on top of the initial one, so it's actually 14 probes total. A lot of that was the Reaper helping though.
He did get the 3rd base up. I was kind of concerned with that, but ooh, if it catches a transfer,
might just be tap out time. It's not too strong of a transfer right now, and I think he knows there's a Widowmine there, which is why he's rallying elsewhere. There's no other reason to rally to his natural.
I hope he knows. It's gonna be bad if he doesn't. This other Widowmine comes towards the main, so he might be so focused on that one at the 3rd, he doesn't look to the main, but he does. Cannon goes down, so there will be detection of some variety. Oh, tries to dodge the shot.
That goes down. Probe soaks up that one Widowmine.
That was kind of close to maybe even splashing the Observer. Really disheartening for Neeb.
Alright, so everything calms down a little, and Neeb did keep his cool for the most part. Like, he, even with the probe pulls and lost mining time, lost probes, he got his robo timing, you know, so he wasn't suddenly without an observer and being like, oh shit, like I totally messed up. He's getting his gateways now, because he finally was able to transfer his workers to the 3rd base. Like, he did okay with everything that happened to him, and that I think can't be said for a lot of other Protoss players, professional or not. And he should be okay to meet up with this drop, especially if he saw it, man. But unfortunately not seeing it entirely unloaded, and that makes it a lot more questionable if it's going to do a lot of damage. The Adepts have to transfer over here, the sentries will take too long to get over here.
The fact that this wasn't seen blows me away.
A bit bold to try and do that Widowmine drop, so loses one of them but takes out one of the Phoenixes.
Kills 3 Adepts. It's a good start. I don't know how much damage he'll get done here. It's like lasting damage, but gets the mothership core. Goes for the sentries. That's a lot of gas kills.
Yeah. I think maybe Neeb was a little bit late to his +1 as Resonating Glaives, and that might have been the difference maker for some of those units there if the Adept attacked a little bit faster, as that's only just finishing. But he once again holds, and he still has the, you know, he's on the 3rd base and with probes. aLive is still on his 2 bases, and he certainly has the armor supply to make it all worthwhile, 60 to 40. But Neeb's not quite being overrun yet. It just gets scarier and scarier every time.
What type of AoE do you think we see Neeb go for? Like, he might just stick on Phoenix Adept, sure, but do you think this
I think he has to. I don't think he can transfer over. He knows it's 2 bases still, I think.
Well, yeah, the Phoenix actually just scouted down here. Although, maybe they didn't, because if they did, they would have picked up the SCV. But he might have just ducked in to see if the base was there or not. But my concern is, like, I would have loved to have seen Archons at some point. I know Phoenix Adept is, like, the thing to do. But considering that aLive is playing specifically around that, like, there's so many Widowmines.
Oh, that was a nice focus fire. He gets the Sentry with energy, so that Guardian Shield didn't even last that long.
Forget what I said. Maybe Adepts are just all you need. They really are that good? Question mark. Okay, cancels the transfer.
It might be. Like, no matter what, Adepts or not, right? If he was going Colossus Stalker, the point is, like, staying on what you have is necessary if they're about to attack you, because transferring over would take too long and too many resources. And it might just be enough. Like, in a usual game where a lot of chaos hadn't happened in the early time, this mid-game attack would be super questionable by aLive, and no one would disagree, right? Like, you're not really doing the attacks when the Adepts are massing up.
Just killing me here with these pseudo-transfers.
Yeah, it was being very careful, like it should be. The Raiders are now joining the fray, though.
Immortals, if they actually make it into the game, and I don't know if they will, right? But if they actually make it into the game, they'll do a great job dealing with the Marauders, but they might not. It's a little, perhaps too much out of aLive. The supply count now doubling Neebs, and all the fancy dancing in the world for the Phoenix won't stop the limitation of their energy. They can't even pick up all the Marauders.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be it. GG!
Well, normally this would be all over and done with if this was a best of 3, but it's a best of 5. And just to extrapolate, because someone's going to call me a noob, but I just want to walk my thought process through this, was I would have loved to have seen Archons be the pathway, because that would have meant he was going down the path of storms, which I think Neeb has shown consistently is one of the things he's better with the most. But obviously the fight started, couldn't really go into that. So regardless, we're going to go to game 4. Maybe aLive will close it out 3-1. Maybe Neeb has the comeback. But we're going to go to a small commercial break before that, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, folks, game number 4 here for the best of 5 grand finals. I guess we got some shout-outs to get caught up on, so I'll leave that to you after we do the intros, Zombie Girl. But in the top right, we got the blue Terran player, aLive. That's a cute little kitty cat.
The bottom left, as the red Protoss, he is King Neeb. What did you say? The ancient of the subs?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think it is Secretaries to Kill for the 22-month resub just now. Has it really been 22 months? Where does time go? Where does time go? That is a good question.
Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like banana.
And then they get a can of Smash. For the 14 months, all the minerals are belong to Scarlet. That might be the case, but we're hoping other people get favoritism. And then Moose Monkey 397 for the 14 months. Woo, 14 years. Where were you in 2003? And then Elliot Jackson was a new sub a while ago, and I think that does it.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I think I graduated like 2006, 2005. So 2003 was like grade 8, grade 9 or something like that.
I was 2003. I would have been in 7th? I think I was in 5th grade for 2001. I wasn't doing very much in 7th grade. I was being a huge fan of Final Fantasy and having awkward conversations with my future best friends.
Let's see. If that was 8th grade for me, in Canada, that's when high school starts. And that means I was alone because my brother and sister were still in elementary school, so I had to walk to school every day.
Wait, 2003, you were in 8th grade?
I want to say that? Question mark? It's either
well,
that
then
or...
I'm way off.
I don't know is my thing. Don't base off me here.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just going to talk as if I was. Because 8th grade, I bring this up because of the Mandela effect thing earlier. I've had this long-standing fight with my parents my whole life where they're convinced that they drove me to and from high school every single day. But there was a 2-year gap where neither of my siblings went to high school. So I was the only one who had to walk to and from school every single day. They didn't pick me up. They didn't drop me off because they were picking up and dropping off my younger brother and sister who were still in elementary school in a completely different part of town. So just it's so frustrating because like I know for a fact I had to like walk those days every day. And they're like, no, we drove you. I'm like, no, how are you misremembering this? You've completely forgotten an entire kid here.
That does suck. You might be right. I think I would have been 12 in 2003. And 12 is like 6th grade. Yeah, you're much older. You're much older. You're older than I am. So, it's around there.
I finally put my birthday public. It was like a meme. I didn't actually care people knew how old I was. Turned 29 this year.
Oh, I wasn't dodging because I didn't want people to know your age. I was dodging because I didn't want to sound like I was calling you really old.
No, I am really old. It feels bad. Gray hairs and all.
I guess so.
I hang out with young kids like you and Nathanius to try and feel like I'm young again.
At least no one accuses you of hanging out with young people because Nathanius looks older than both of us. So.
Don't you dare say that about my friend Nathanius. How dare you speak such truths?
He does look older than what he is, but he doesn't look older than both of us.
Actually, did you see? I kind of did like this roast screenshot of like the Technical Alpha podcast last week.
I didn't.
I replaced all the nameplates. Panic Switch was wearing like a vest, so I'm like, it's Brown Han Solo. I changed Nate's nameplate to like middle-aged man, stuff like that.
Yo, when we were hanging out at California at that IHOP or Denny's or whatever we were at, I wasn't thinking about Nate's age. I was thinking about how not beautiful all of our hair looked in comparison to Boris.
Oh, Boris had like
guy
luxurious locks. I actually ended up lending him my comb for the weekend because I'm like, how do you have a hair like that and not have a comb?
Yeah, right.
At the ready?
Put all our hair shame.
All right. Anyways, this is going to be an interesting attack. The two Cyclones actually bring a lot to the equation that the Marines normally couldn't handle, but they can't be lifted up if Phoenix are in play, and that's always going to be an issue. But that stasis trap, I'm waiting to see something super horrible happen with it.
I don't know if it will. I don't know. That might be in the one location. Never affects anything. The pickups on the Cyclones is a good idea, but the what am I to say about it? Does take them out now, and the Potent Overcharge is just enough anyways to scare aLive, who wasn't committing. He has a 3rd CC and more production back at home, and I mean, this wasn't even with Stim, you know, so got what it could.
Stim and combat shields may have been delayed, but looks like they'll be coming out simultaneously. Double Tech Labs. But that attack, in all seriousness, remember, if the Phoenix hadn't cleaned that up so handily, 2 Cyclones can run wild very quickly. 2 Cyclones can kill all those Adepts without the assistance of the Marines, and you add in the assistance of the Marines, and it's like, nice base you had there, past tense. So that was a really important defense out of Neeb. As silly as and easy as it may have looked, it was still important that he did defend. A base up on Terran's always nice to have, and of course this was up really quick too, so he's sitting on 62 probes. Counter boost is nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, already at 62 means he doesn't really have to worry about making anymore. It's all about production now. So more gateways, more tech, and aLive, of course, has to wait for at least more medevacs. I mean, I guess theoretically he could push without stim or just before stim, right? But it'll take a while.
By the way, while chat's still on the topic of Athenius, someone was asking earlier, I'll just bring it up. I am planning to play Battlegrounds with them later tonight, so looking forward to that. Until someone rats us out about talking about how old he looks and he doesn't want to talk to me ever again. Thanks, Zombie Grub. You read my Battlegrounds.
Why would I be the one to rat you out? I'm the one who made the comment.
I feel like this is the Zombie Grub thing to do. Get Rifkin in trouble.
How? What? When?
I get blamed for 100% of everything that happens on the channel, whether it's my fault or otherwise.
I don't go to like Reddit being like, look what he did, guys.
As far as we know,
then, like,
you could be like Chan Man and have like 11 accounts for all I know. I don't even know your own personal Twitter. Who are you?
That is true. My personal Twitter is just full of me going, hey, look at my 4 followers. Look what he did. Look what he did. It's pretty good.
I don't even know you.
A+ Panther. So, yeah, aLive's finally prepared to do something with his army as stim and combat shield is done, but Neeb is also prepared to totally, like, just take an army fight. Upgrades are done, production's done, and he will even have an overwhelming army. So this is like, I mean, this attack is actually, I think, a minute sooner than, the one from yesteryear. The last game. But it's so vastly different, right? Builds, all-ins, and it is just absolutely demolished by the Adept Warbin. Because if it's a normal game, you are going to be outmassed by Adepts in the mid-game. Terrans aren't the big bad wolf of the mid-game anymore.
You're going to take a dip in supply.
Yeah, it's actually very scary. Like, the supply depot only being halfway finished is like, kick that off, run right in with the Adepts. Surprised he's not.
That feel when a wall is better at dealing with Adepts than your whole army.
Yeah, exactly. The Guardian Shield's helping out so much. I think aLive just messed up, man. I don't know why he thought he was going to be able to do that.
Because they never gave us Hercs. That's why.
Oh god, no, don't give us Hercs. Give us Warhounds back.
No. GG. The Warhound was lame and not fun. The Herc jumped around. It was cool. It was crazy. I loved it. Either way, Neeb now ties it up 2-2, and I'm glad to see that he's not down and out after a couple of pretty nasty losses. This will take us to the ace match of game number 5, though. So once more, our very last commercial break of the day. Real quick question, though, before we do disappear. I put this on Twitter, and I know you guys are StarCraft fans, so God, please forgive me for asking this question. Are any of you coming to Vancouver for LCS? It turns out there's a couple of people I know that are going. I'm trying to set up some meetup stuff. So if anyone's going to be in Vancouver for, I think it's this upcoming, it's the weekend of the 22nd. If you're going to be in Vancouver for LCS, hit me up. Include you in some plans. But anyways, we'll see you guys in 2 minutes. All right, folks, welcome back. We're getting into game number 5. Things have been tied up 2-2 here for this Corsair Cup, but neither of these folks are ballerinas. In the bottom left, perhaps a battle arena, it's the blue Terran player, aLive.
Top right is the red Protoss. He is Neeb.
You guys couldn't see our webcam, but I could see Zombie struggling through that intro. Like the physical anguish.
Feels like one of the, I don't know what comic it would be, but I feel like there's a comic out there when the first thing is like and the second thing's like and the third thing's like
Comedy comes in threes. Zombie Grub. Everyone knows this. So I bought some candles yesterday. I want to talk about this. Super duper important. I have never really had scented candles, and I thought, you know, I'll get one. It'll be nice. I'll just have it open or something, and it'll smell good. But I found those stupid pink sand candles you had talked about before on stream that I thought were fake and didn't really exist.
I'm not
and
gonna drunk. Oh, on the hot scale, I'm a 10, baby.
Shut up, zombie. I'm trying to talk. I can only think like, man, this actually reminds me a lot of, like, I can see why you like it. It's a lot of the same smells that are usually, like, you know, when you use your shampoo and you smell you're in a hotel and blah, blah, blah. But I thought it was really nice. I went to look at the price, though. What the fuck? There's like a vanilla candle, same size and everything. It was like $10. This pink sand candle was like 20. What? Why?
You had a fancier pink sand, too. Like, it had like a subtitle.
Yeah, dude, they were like super nice smelling. I liked it. It's good.
I don't know. I got a small one that cost like $5.
But $10. And by the way, that reminder, if you guys haven't seen it, !Mega is still going on. We got to put an end date on that at some point. But we're still collecting money for our mega tournament fundraiser, getting closer and closer to the $7,000 mark. So that's all donations made through Twitch alerts. Go there right now. And Ninjala says, Synthwave stream when? Yo, I've actually played a lot of Synthwave in our like pre-show music and stuff, but I don't know if we could really play it during the games.
Yeah, and I play it occasionally when I stream. To that or K-pop. Or the 80s.
Although, just play the Palladino intro a bunch of times eventually. Let's have that on repeat. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so who do you think takes it? We got cross spawns, Cactus Valley. We've seen basically them do the same moves in every game, just each one executes it differently, so...
I'm gonna give it to Neeb, but I just love watching the Adept get hit by a grenade, but like not enough to make it jump, so it just kind of like waddles across the land.
Yeah, it's just... Someone tapped A very lightly. It was like a half press.
Grenade effect. Physics, man. Physics. We wouldn't even have physics in StarCraft 2 if it wasn't for Heart of the Swarm.
Well, I think aLive to me still in my mind is the guy who should take this for the final game. But man, when Neeb wins really hard. So I like that last game was very, very convincing.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried, you know, like in a game where aLive doesn't get like a super cool Reaper early game. He does seem to make that mistake of Terrans who are playing a normal macro game and a normal Widow Mine drop, and then they push out and they get overwhelmed. Like, that was the exact moment that a Neeb was warping in 8 Adepts at a time and having an overwhelming army supply. And that's the exact moment you really don't want to be running in the middle of the map because you can't run away. And it just is like most Terrans don't make that mistake. You know, they are more than cautious against a player who went Adept Phoenix and wasn't punished early on. So I'm like really worried I make the same mistake again on you know, Cactus Valley cross spawn, which might go in a macro game.
Oh, both get denied really hard. I could chase the medevac and probably get that too. So this is just really, really good for Neeb. By the way, thank you to Therinin for the Twitch Prime sub. Glad to have you on board, and welcome to the Base Trade Brigade.
Nice.
So medevac gets picked off. We hear that kind of explode in the background as we watch the Oracle, and I was trying to get a good look at its energy there to see what was coming across the map, but a lot of energy to work with. If he runs into Marines, it'll go badly, but if he can kind of catch aLive a little off guard, no, not going to happen. Just throws in that revelation. Not a bad consolation prize.
Safer alternative.
Oh, apparently we're above 7,000 on the match arena.
70-13. 70-13. I know my numbers.
Nice.
Shut up.
Oh, Marcos threw a couple bucks there the other day. I guess $20 annual monthly payment to the cause. Thank you, Marcos. Never saw that till today. So someone was asking about this earlier. The cooking stream happened. That was on Scarlet's stream, if you guys missed it. It's actually pretty funny. She almost burnt the house down. Good times. The AMA was missed, and we're trying to coordinate how to do a new one, because everyone's now leaving for Austin. Diego already left, so Kelzer's gone from Korea. People are taking a flight soon. But, yeah, we're trying to figure out how to do a new AMA for that, because unfortunately they had the power go out the day we had planned it when Zombie flew to Vancouver with me. Feels bad on the timing, man.
Yes, it does.
But that $500 show match is the Hunger Games thing, the base trade games this weekend. So don't miss out on that.
Should be a lot of fun. Phoenix is going to tango a little bit. A little scary. aLive is pushing through the middle of the map right before even the production is done, but like way before Resident Enclaves and +1 is done. But he's also attacking before he has stim. So it's like kind of, you know, are you really going to push in here? Probably not. But Neeb can't really tell that. He might think it's like feels a bit early or some, you know, variety like that, but it's too close just assuming it's stim.
Whoa. So it's been a while since we had bits coming. That startled me. Thank you, Monty Oon, and congratulations on slaying the demon. New bit boss achieved.
Nicely done. Grabs revelation on every single part of that army. Widowmines included. Very nicely done. There are 2 medevacs to the north. This is kind of dangerous. They're surprisingly close to where the Phoenixes already are. And this army is getting destroyed.
Whoa.
Jeff, it's started fire.
Oh, God. A massacre. Someone call 911.
Well, if the Phoenixes move away, at least maybe these 2 medevacs to the north can get away with something, but there's a pylon that's going to scout them just in time.
And the fact that was already shut down, like, there's no distraction drop, there's no additional damage. He should have seen that, but it doesn't feel like he did. He's not reacting. He's definitely didn't see this, too late.
No,
it's a lot of gateways, but luckily there's more than one pylon.
Yeah, got a lot of backup ones. This shouldn't be too much damage, but if it does confuggle, basically, then maybe aLive can attack somewhere else. Unfortunately, this was his other attack already, and it just doesn't really do that much.
It does force mining off, and trades out for like a Phoenix and a couple of Adepts. But look at the units lost tab. Oh my god. For us, feels like such a cool race when you see moments like this.
Yeah, but it's also like, I feel like I have to almost like, I'm on board the whole Terran, you know, cause or whatever you want to call it for sure. But it's also like, aLive isn't playing as smart as some other Terrans, not gonna lie, and I can definitely see why he, spoiler alert, lost the finals of the GSL Super Tournament. Like, why commit to that attack?
Okay, so I agree with you on that. Hero also very much more abusive than Neeb, I think. Like, there's a lot of situations where Neeb will play safe, whereas Hero, I think, would dive head first. I could be wrong on that assessment. That's just how I feel watching them both. But either way, yeah, aLive. I think after the first drop failed to go through with the other one was like, you know, there's nothing to distract the Phoenix, so they're going to be on your ass.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't want to be like, well, clearly you're playing it wrong, aLive, and why do you suck at TvP? Because that's not a thing, you know. Like, no one can really say that. aLive's a great player, and he's making these like these plays that in his mind should work out certain ways, and they're just not, right? Like, he's not just being like automatic, I don't think about this game, but it is this question of like, well, when other Terrans pull back, aLive doesn't, and is that his main problem? Like, other Terrans are playing it differently. aLive's not I guess I feel like he's actually not in too much company nowadays with Gumiho plays and whatnot. But anyways, that theoretical stuff aside, the point is he was in a difficult spot, but these are a lot of Widowmines, and he does have decent army supply, so it's a little bit scary for Neeb here.
That's so many Widowmines. In fact, how many is that exactly? That's 12 Widowmines.
It's like, it's funny too, because I think one game in the series we actually saw him lift the factory.
He doesn't have revelation on them. You might know there's some. Okay, there's the observer. Never mind. Oh my god. I'd say if you went in here without lifting, that'd be so dangerous. But the Phoenix removed most of them from the equation. Neeb's got the army supply lead. He'll kill those Liberators with a Phoenix. The Adepts just split out of it. GG! Ladies and gentlemen, Neeb will take the Corsair Cup. This will also make sure that he has enough points to go through to the monthly final. So we'll see Neeb once again at the end of the month. Oh, Monty with some bucks to end the stream. Much appreciated, dude. What's that message say? It's not loading for me, so I guess that's an actual question for you instead of...
$25. Sorry for startling you.
Hey man, if that's the type of, I can take that kind of getting started. Bits are nice to have. Bits. I really appreciate it, actually. We had some crazy generosity with bits today to the point where things got broken and I was kind of just mad, but you guys really brought it back. So thank you guys so much. Again, I want to show off the PC before we go because it is a Corsair sponsored stream. Brand new PC1. I don't even know if you can buy these. They're so like, they sold out in like less than a day. I lucked out because I got a pre-order. And while I may not got a sponsorship deal and like I didn't get any money off and I had to pay full price, I think Corsair helped make sure I got one a little bit earlier. I could be wrong. Either way, this thing is super nice, and hopefully all the streams going forward are super duper high quality thanks to this bad boy. So all the problems that we're having now, I'm hoping will be resolved going forward thanks to PC1, Corsair 1. But that's going to wrap things up. So again, it's $20 to aLive, $60 to Neeb, some nice cash for the day. But let's not forget, we also had other semifinalists, Keen and BC. So took me a moment to remember. Each will get $10 and some points for that monthly finals. And hopefully we'll see them come back. Again, we're trying to make the Friday the new day for the Corsair Cup because Mondays we're just producing a lot of really low signups. To be perfectly clear, though, we said this at the start of the stream, and I'll bring it up again. We had a good stream. We had a great cast. We had some fun games. But if signups are going to be really low, we're not going to try moving the day again to compensate. It'll just be canceling the Corsair Cup if that ends up being the case. Or at least in the version you guys know. We'd still try and do something for Corsair, but we just obviously change format or regions, most likely. But I don't want it to be like that. So again, if you guys are like big fans of particular players, just poke them, nudge them, remind them, ask them, be like, hey, Mana, I love watching you play. I'd love to see you play in the next Corsair Cup. Things like that can go a long way. And it's a way to help us out, too. Plus, you get to see the players that you love playing the Cup, which is even better. Anyways, that does wrap it up. So if you guys want to help us out one last time, sponsorship shout-outs, Corsair. Down below are the affiliate links. Click on those if you're going to buy any Corsair gear. I will tell you off-stream the same stuff I will tell you on-stream as the same stuff I will tell you in real life. These Void headsets are probably the #1 thing I would say you should go buy. They're so good. These are legit like the best headsets I've ever owned. And to be honest, I don't know I'm going to find better anytime soon. The microphone is not the selling point. If you guys are looking for a good gaming mic, this will do, but it's not going to be the best you'll ever find. But the sound quality is amazing. The comfort is huge. I've got a fat head, okay? I'm a big guy with a fat head and glasses. Finding headsets that don't suck to wear is hard. So these are great. Worth checking out. Other than that, you'll notice it's powered by Twitch. Thanks to Twitch, we actually have monthly finals, and we get to do a little bit extra, so consider subscribing to the channel. Other than that, just keep watching us on Twitch, guys. The last thing I'll mention before I toss it off to Zombie Grub is that we don't have it on the events page yet, but twitch.tv/BaseTradeTV/events. All our events are going to be up there. I really want to emphasize this. I'm going to actually show this on stream, guys. It's so important to me that you learn how to use this thing, because this is, in my opinion, like the greatest thing Twitch has come out with since Twitch Prime. They've got a BaseTradeTV, just a channel. You're watching it right now. What's up? How's it going? How you? Word to your mother. It's taking a while to load. At the top, click events. Why is this not letting me click events? Boom. It'll take you to the events page. And we've listed everything out here for the month. We're going to keep updating this as we go. So, for example, you'll see something crop up in between here. This weekend on the 16th, that'll be the Hunger Games thing. But the best part is, like, okay, you know the day, but maybe you'll still forget. You can hit this remind me thing, and they'll email you an hour beforehand saying, yo, don't forget about the stream today. So please, guys, get used to using the event page. I think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread in terms of what Twitch has been doing lately. And they've been nailing it with a lot of their updates. This is a good one. Please use it. Who's this in chat asking about the specs of the PC? It's up on their website. Dude, it's everything I fucking want. It's like an i7. It's got the 1080. It's got this combination of like liquid cooling. There's like no sound that comes out of it. I can't describe it. You just gotta go to the website and check it out. But that's also because I don't know the stats off the top of my head, and I'm terrible like that. I'm done enough talking, Zombie Grub. Send us out a stream.
All right. Well, please follow me on Twitter at CG Gaming, on Twitch, Zombie Grub, and YouTube. Zombie Grub, it'd be great. Look at the Amazon links down below. My Patreon, Zombie Grub as well. Please follow the channel down below. Consider subscribing. We had a subscriber actually just 3 minutes ago.
Ooh.
I think we missed Braves X03, something like that. 19 months. Holy shit, so many months. 19, baby. 19 babies. Oh no. I'm not the father. But I think that just about covers it. So
if you were,
thanks for watching, guys.
We'd have a whole nother discussion on our hands, that's for sure. Because I'll be playing Battlegrounds with Nate later, I'm going to just give him a host now. He's playing StarCraft, so guys hopefully can enjoy some Nathanius action. And if not, have a great day. Either way, we'll see you this weekend. Goodbye!